Yes. Folks, Cowlazars here. Treasure Hunt Amusement Park. And Binks the cat. Ooh, the big fat cat. How to make a treasure hunt. Part 1. I'm here in the kitchen, making a little dinner. For me and the boys. I thought I'd make a little video. Me and Kipro have talked about this when we're live, but it's different when you have a video that you guys can watch, I think. So I got some thoughts, and we're gonna go through them right now. Kitty. Ooh, don't touch kitty. Don't touch the camera, kitty. Don't knock it over. All right. Treasure hunt. Me and Kipro want to make one. What are the steps to make a treasure hunt? Ooh, pet the cat first. That's the first step. Pet the kitty cat. Oh, you're just gonna lay down and go to sleep. You was just gonna go to sleep. Okay, sorry, little diversion there. You need 3 things to create a treasure hunt. 1, you need a treasure, hence the name. And what can that treasure be? Well, it could be a lot of things. Gold, silver, cash, or it could just be an item, a token of appreciation. You know, there's the medallion hunts up in Minnesota. I think all you get is the medallion. I don't think there's a cash prize. You could just get an attaboy, a Bravo Zulu, if you will, for my military people. Yeah, you got to have something, though, that you're playing for. And I think, what was that, kitty? And I think the treasure hunts that have been most successful have had a prize that a lot of people would want. So from Masquerade to the Thrill of the Chase, Xavier Marks to Beacon Star, Franklin Key to the Lost Skull. They've all been successful hunts. Well, there's some controversy around some of them, but successful in that a lot of people participated in the treasure hunt. And that's the next question is, once you figure out what your treasure is, well, let's step back. There's still 3 aspects of a treasure hunt. What is your treasure going to be? And does that treasure appeal to a broad spectrum of people? Number 2, what are the clues, or is the puzzle? That's the hunt. You need the treasure and you need the hunt. The hunt is what is it that people need to figure out or solve in order to find your treasure, or in order to solve your treasure hunt. And traditionally, the clues can come in different ways. At the end of this video, I'll go through all the treasure hunt books I have on my shelf, and just think about it. For those of you that have read some of them, just think about all the different ways that the clues or hidden directions were hidden in these books. Fandango, the Bee book, and then there's some that still haven't been solved, like the Whistle Pig. Think about kitty. Think about all the different ways you can hide instructions or hide directions to the treasure. So that's the second thing. You need the treasure, you need your clues, whatever that is, and then you need the vehicle. I call it the vehicle. How are you going to present those clues to the public? The most traditional way is a book, right? Most treasure hunts are in a book, but it doesn't have to be. I've done a grand adventure where it was a series of YouTube videos, and you had to solve, the YouTube videos were all puzzles, and once you solved those, there was a master puzzle. Jingle Bell Rock recently, they did the clues on the radio. So it's not always a book, but the most popular way is a book, because everybody can order a book and everybody can see what the clues are in the book. So for me and Kpro, we're thinking of using a golden, one of the Forest Fen treasure coins, one of the coins that was in Forest Fen's treasure. Whoa, hang on. And even if you're not a Forest Fen searcher, it's still gold. It's still a gold coin. So I think that would attract a lot of people. But again, we have silver we could use. We have cash. We have Chaseopoly, But I think the gold coin would be the way to go. But again, none of this is set in stone. Me and Kpro are still talking about it. We've got a bunch of ideas. But I thought I'd see what you guys think. So in the comments down below, tell me what you think a suitable treasure would be. Now, Masquerade and the Thrill of the Chase are the epic ones, right? Hopefully that doesn't boil over. Masquerade, Thrill of the Chase are the 2 big ones, the most popular. Masquerade, I've heard estimates that they sold anywhere upwards of 2 million books over like 10 years, or maybe it's even 20 years before it was found. Thrill of the Chase sold about 40,000 books. So what number or what metric do you use that a treasure hunt is successful? If you sell 400, Xavier Marks has sold over 1,000 books, but they've had some hard-hitting celebrities, advertising, giving out clues. Beacon Star, I think, is up around 600 books, and that's been out like 6 or 7 years. So how do you decide what is a successful treasure hunt? Is it by the number of books given out or sold? Or is it something else? Is it the number of people who participated in the treasure hunt? You can sell a ton of books, but if nobody can figure out where your clues are, and the book just sits on the shelf, kind of like the Whistle Pig, is it a successful treasure hunt if nobody can solve it? And weigh in, you treasure hunt creators out there. Weigh in and let me know what you think. What's your metric that it is a successful or good treasure hunt? So let's recap. 3 things you need to treasure. You need the clues or the puzzles, plural, and you need the vehicle, how you're going to present the clues or the puzzles. For me and K-Pro, what we're leaning toward, and I would like you guys to weigh in, is Forest Fen gold coin, an actual gold coin that sat in that treasure chest through all the hot summers and through all the cold winters for 10 years. You could have a chance to get that coin. Not everybody can afford the ones that are on eBay, right? Or the ones that went in the auction. I think, now I'm not going to get into the clues or the puzzle because that would obviously give it away. But think of the different ways people have done clues. Forrest Fenn did a poem. Beacon Star does obvious puzzles. Each page, there's 10 puzzles, I believe, which is an obvious puzzle. Xavier Marks, the puzzles are hidden. They're in the text. They're in the pictures. You have to figure it out. I like the idea of a combination of both. Some are hidden. You have to figure it out, but some are obvious puzzles as well. What's your preference? Let me know down below. And then the last thing is the vehicle. I think me and K-Pro have settled upon a book because we have a story we think a lot of people would be interested in reading. It'll be a lot of fun. At some point, I want to give you guys a preview of chapter 1, but that'll be down the road a little ways. So a book, but how do you present the book? Do you print it? Is it a physical book that either I would ship or it's on Amazon, it's on print on demand? Or is it a PDF? Is it an ebook? And anybody who buys the book, I could just email it to you when you purchase it. I think Jenny Kyle has done some treasure hunts Jenny Kyle has her books. She's got a couple of treasure hunts she's done in her books. I remember Forrest Fenn's words. And then Beth, our friend Beth over there in Pennsylvania, she had a PDF where you would, once you bought in, you automatically got sent the PDF. So there's all these different vehicles, all these different ways to present the puzzle, present the story. Me and K-Pro have settled on a book because we have what we believe is a good story that you all enjoy reading. And then somehow in that story will be the puzzle. And yeah, the first person to solve it will get one of Forrest Fenn's gold coins. Again, this is all up in the air, but I was looking for your input. If we were to do that, if we were to have a physical book that you would get in the mail, whether it's from us personally or from Amazon, or at the World Series of Fen, if you could give us $20 and we would just give you the book. And yes, we are going to sell the book. The treasure hunt is not going to be for free. I'm sorry, everybody, but time is money, and it's going to take a lot of time for me and K-Pro to set this up, right? So, a book, an ebook, or a printed book has yet to be decided. You will have to pay for it if you choose to play, or if you just want to read the story, because I think a lot of people will like the story. And then the tricky part of the clues, or the puzzle. That's the fun part, which I'm wrestling with right now. How do you make a puzzle that's not so hard that people hit a brick wall right away and then everybody loses interest, but it's not so easy that it's solved in a week? We don't want this to be a popcorn hunt. I think it was Randy that termed the coin popcorn hunt, meaning it's over in 24 hours, it's over in a week. And the people that are playing know it's a race. They know it's going to be that easy. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make one that easy. I want to make one that's hard, but not too hard. I want to make one where you can progress, but not too quickly. So that's what we are mulling over right now. Either email me, cowlazars@gmail.com, or leave in the comments down below. If me and K-Pro move forward and do this treasure hunt, would you buy it? Would you play? Would you have fun? Another idea, and I haven't talked to K-Pro about this yet, but another idea I've had is, what about a first, second, and third prize? First prize is the Forrest Fenn coin, but what if the second prize is silver of some kind? What if the third prize is cash of some kind? That way, when it's solved, it's not over. Other people could still play. The problem is the person who solves it, he can then pass the answer on to somebody else, so they get second or third place. So that poses some problems too. But I like the idea of having more than one prize. I just don't know if we can make it work or not. So that's enough for now. How to design a treasure hunt, part 1. Part 2 will come up soon, because there's a lot of aspects of this thing, right? Probably things that we haven't even thought of. So you treasure hunt creators who have put out a book, who have put out a successful treasure hunt, or if you have an ongoing successful treasure hunt, email us and give us some tips. How is it having your book on Amazon, print on demand? How much money do you get from each book? My dad has a book on Amazon and he gets like pennies per book. And it's just the way he set that up. So does it make sense? I mean, I wouldn't say me and K-Pro are doing it for a profit, but because we paid a lot for the Forrest Fenn gold coins, but we definitely want to be paid for our time. And I think it also helps for the people that are serious of solving it. We take pre-orders on this date it's released or on this date it's shipped. And yeah, everybody gets it and everybody has fun. So I've been blabbing and babbling on for long enough. Hopefully this didn't cut off at 10 minutes. And right now I'll show you all the books we have. And think about all these books that we have on the Treasure Hunt Amusement bookshelf. Think of all these books. How many have you worked on? How many out of these books are solved? And how many of these that are solved would you say was a good solution? I think Masquerade was a good solution. How it was found, there may be a controversy over who found it and how and when, but I think the premise of how you solved that book was a good one. Forrest Fenn's poem, maybe not so much. Although Forrest will always have a place in our heart because, it's the thrill of the chase, for God's sake. Xavier Marks and Beacon Star, the jury is still out on those. So as I go through these books, let me know which ones have you worked on? Which ones would you say was a good treasure hunt? Fandango. I think we all have our opinions on the solution to Fandango. Let me know which ones you did not like. See you next time. Okay, treasure hunting books. The Beacon Star. This is Bart Kay's book, The Known Treasure of AIM. You guys know what's up about that. The Known Treasure of AIM. Here's an old one. This is from the 90s. Solve the Mystery of Alex and the Greatest Dream. The treasure hunt is based on the fantasy novel authored by Ben Nod, to be released 2008, early 2009. I don't know who I got this from, but this is a really old one. It's in Los Angeles, a treasure hunt. Who remembers that one? The Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. One of the few people to have a physical book. Who Killed the Robbins Family? This was back in the late 80s. This is like my very first puzzle book. Fun stuff. Map of the Dead. The Whistle Pig. The Hatter's Hat. Lewis Carroll. Gargavafia. I don't know if that one's solved or not. After the Chase. And there's you know what? This is interesting. It's a searcher who, this is their idea for the solution to the thrill of the chase. But also, I believe here in Vegas, they had a treasure of silver. I should reach out to him. If you watch this video, let me know if this is still out there, because I'm pretty sure this is in Vegas. Maybe a bunch of us in Vegas could tackle this one. Never really looked into it. The Hunt for History, Bart Kay. Who Killed the Robbins Family? The Solution, to the other book. A Gypsy's Kiss. You guys remember this one? So which one of these is your favorite and why? Vegas Die, the revamped Vegas Die. Supposedly it's a active treasure hunt in Vegas, but I don't know. Of course, there's The Secret. The original Vegas Die. Captain Cooked was a treasure hunt in Hawaii. The Bossall Treasure. Breakfast, Tea, and Bourbon. Pete. Professor F. Cracked. Bitcoin. Another copy of The Secret. I don't know why I have two books. The Entente Cordiale. That one's over in France and the UK. Jenny Kyle's book. I think there's a treasure hunt in here. The Franklin Key, our friend Samantha. Xavier Marks. Again, put in the comments below, put what's your favorite, or favorites, plural, and why. Which one of these have you worked on? The Treasure by that pastor who says it was solved and then never came out with a solution. David Blaine, Mysterious Stranger. Apocrypha, a treasure hunt. The Hope Chest. There's one for 50,000. The first tag's been found, as far as I know. The Story of Leverett. Remember this one from Beth? A Treasures Trove. Secrets of the Alchemist Dar. I know some of you out there know what this is all about. Treasures, Art, and Poetry. Fandango. Key to the Wind. Somebody keep score. How many of these have been solved and how many have not been solved? There's the one that started it all, Masquerade. 2 million copies sold, really? That's crazy. And then the sequel was The Bee Book. Kit Williams. Then we have this one. This is a UK one, which I'm really not familiar with. Dan James Treasure. Don't know if this one's been solved or not. I'm assuming it has been. And then, of course, we have Thrill of the Chase, Too Far to Walk, Once Upon a While, and Astana. Astana never got solved either. So these are all the books I have. Is there a treasure hunt I missed? Put in the comments below what is your favorite treasure hunt and why. Look for part 2 tomorrow. How to create a treasure hunt.